Here we go. Welcome back to Retro Rebuild, everybody. Voted the #1 automotive YouTube channel for yellow Viva content. Voted for by me. I want to turn around and do a boot repair. First, I've got an easy fit. I've actually got some windscreen wipers now. Got a matching set of windscreen wipers now. I bought these off Holden Classic, Vintage and Classic or something like that. No affiliation. But I bought 14-inch wiper blades with 7mm bayonet cap. I'm guessing the 7mm. I was thinking in my head. I bought them on a break at work, so I was thinking, yeah, they're about 7mm. But these were 30 quid delivered to pair them. They're not like full bar on the top of them, like split like that. Pretty sexy. So 14-inch were the biggest ones that they do, and I think originally the ones that were on here that I measured were 11-inch. So I thought I'd gone for them ones, so they'll cover more windscreen. These bits are serviceable, so you can always buy new rubber parts for them. So these are easy to put on if I bought the right fitting ones, but basically that pulls down and it slots over the arm. Same with them ones. You'll pull that one down, pull the old arm out, pull that one down, chuck it on. Let's get to it. Thank you to everybody for sticking with us and keep coming back and watching this channel and supporting it. I appreciate every one of you. In years to come, when I'm on YouTube trending page, you'll be able to look and say, I remember when that guy was working out of a little garage on a rental property. I'm still waiting for him to take the Viva for a test drive. Look at that, sweet. It's the little things that make a difference. Although they are very slow. Someone mentioned something about greasing the motor or something like that. I need to take a look at that, and one of the washer jets is blocked too. And the what's it called where it's meant to stop, you know, when you click the lever off, where it's meant to stop. It stops a little bit too shy. So I need to take a look at that too. Making my phone go all blurry when I wave my hand about in front of it. Right, let's turn around and do a repair in the... Stop it, man. Let's turn around and do a repair in the boot. I'll show you where water's getting in. Turn around, every now and then I get a little. Sorry, let's go for a little driver. Not for me, for yous. Does anyone ever get one of those days where they just unmotivated, where they can't be bothered to do anything? Does anyone get one of those days where they sit outside of work, they don't want to go in, they just sit there crying in the car? Thought it might have been the belt there. I thought I might have drained the battery because I know that's loose and I have to tighten it up, but no, it's one of me that'll do for now repairs. That's why I was asking about the spade terminals, if anyone knew where they could get them. Well, I didn't have the knot tied in there, and I think the vacuum, or either the rotor arm, knocked this out and pulled it out, the LT lead. Well, that's me temp one for now, and I don't like these connections. I want one more like, it's one of these I need, one of them type of connections I need. Spade terminal or flag terminal or whatever they're called. I cut out round the corner, but instantly I thought it was the battery, because the battery thing's loose and I had the choke all the way in so I could see the battery light on. I thought I'd drained the battery, so I thought I'll check on the distributor first, and it was the LT leader pulled out again. But I definitely need to sort out the connection to that and put a knot in it so the vacuum doesn't pop it out. But we'll get it sorted. Into another day. It started raining yesterday and I had family commitments, so ran out of time, so cracking back on for today, which is a work day. Off to work after this. Not sure if there's going to be much content, as the professionals say, in this video, as the kids have been off school, so it's been a nightmare getting anything done lately, like. But let's crack on with the time we've got left today. There we go. Is that a better camera angle? So my big head's not right in front of the screen. I need to invest in a camera mainly. My phone's taking a hell of a beating. So I had to put this on yesterday because it was peeing it down and all the water was getting in the boot, even underneath the cover. Right, so there's a few holes in the channels of the gut run on here. I'm guessing wherever it was stored, there was water, must have been water leaking in on it, because there's a bad hole. Well, there's holes on the channel here, and that weird hole on the bonnet there, where it just doesn't seem like water would collect or anything like that. Maybe someone was dripping on it for years. Saw the bonnet one later anyway. But let's take this boot rubber off and I'll show you. So there's maybe that's what was knocking the brake light out, the water getting in there, but there's nothing there. There's nothing left of that channel there. There's a little hole here. There's nothing left of the outside gutter in there, and there and there. That's rusty, but there's no hole through. I had rags and containers and the boot and everything like that to catch water in case anything was dripping in. But I was taped up. I kind of forgot about how bad that was. So we're going to clean this up and fiberglass it so there's an actual channel for the water to run. Now, just for now, we're going to do it in metalwork in the not too distant future. But for now, the main concern is to get the water running down the channels and out of the boot. Fiberglass ain't that bad, is it? They build cars out of it. Corvettes and the Reliant Robins. Are they fiberglass as well? We'll say Corvette. We'll say Corvette body mods. So in the future, when I do it in metalwork, I'm going to take the tank out. We'll have to take the rear window out for doing that properly. Is any welders, fabricator people watching? Would you take the window out, or would I get away with putting a welding blanket over it or something? Or would you take the window out to do all that? Right, I've cleaned all the spots back to bare metal. There was even a bit here that looked like it was solid metal, but it was raised up. So I grinded that off, and there was rust underneath it, like corrosion underneath the lip, or the butt, or the joint, or whatever. On the bare metal spots, one more going over. I'm going to coat it in rust converter protective stuff, and then I'm going to start to make the temporary, that'll do for now, repair. My favourite repairs. See, these bits are the bottom of the window leading into the channel on the boot. Is that a drainage channel, does anyone know? Like in the corners, the bit where the lip doesn't actually meet the metal, it doesn't butt up to it, because there's a gap up there, and I can get the air line down the sides on both of them. So is this a drainage channel for somewhere? I wouldn't want to block that up or anything like that if it is. If it is a drainage channel. Bit of a crappy design. And just having to go at little parts that seem like a bit of top rust. They're not. I grinded straight through them, so it wasn't like a little bit of top rust at all. Must be super thin gauge metal this. It wouldn't surprise us as well, the amount of people out there was like 70s and 80s cars. I think they got like a mint car. It wouldn't surprise us if there's someone lurking on it, like someone made out of fiberglass or someone somewhere. But they actually used to put fiberglass in like Bondo, body filler, body work sections in the old school Haynes manuals, didn't they? These aren't really small scissors. I'm just a giant. Right, I've got that like that, so when it sets I've got a lip there that I can like shave back and there'll be a channel there. I'll put a bit of tape across here to make like an actual edge where I'm either gonna, I don't know, I'll leave it in the comments what you reckon. I think I should fiberglass across the back and fill across the inner lip. Or just fiberglass. It's waterproof as out of stuff, isn't it? I'll put some tape underneath there we have grinded down, and I'm just going to use some metal filler on there on a couple of bits. I've got to get to work soon. I found this. I'm out of fiberglass stuff, but this is about 15-year-old. Is there a shelf life on this? I don't know where the hardener is. I don't know when that's from. But I got this stuff. I'm going to fill in the little bit here. Remember, when it comes to anything structural, make sure you pack it full of cardboard first and then put 2 layers of fiberglass over it. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. I'm just doing this as a temp repair for now. I'm going to get round to metalwork, and eventually when I get moved into a better house, so somewhere where I can weld and that. But if you're doing your own car, as long as it's not structural part of the car, fiberglass it, body fill it, as long as it's not structural. If you're not sure what isn't structural, ask someone in the know. If you're not sure how to say structural properly, don't ask me. I've done bits of metal work in the past before, like, I'm by no means Ron Covell or anything like that, but I've done like, I've patched bits, patched sills, I've welded sheet like plate together and stuff like that. But I've never made any like panels or out like that, which I want to start having a go at. Once we get moved, I'd like to start like making my own panels and that. So, the thing with welding is if you don't use it, you lose it. So I'm going to have to teach myself all over again. I done my tickets in welding in college, and this is how little I knew about the settings and everything like that. We were welding like 1/4-inch plate and big pipes together and everything like that. And when we got passed off that, they're like, "What else do you want to do?" So I was like, "Oh, I want to like sheet metal, because I want to learn how to like weld on cars and do patches and stuff like that." So there was like the Nissan like training bit next door. So they got us some sheet metal from there, and I basically turned it into a pool of metal across my bench. I had no idea about the settings or anything like that. I just went to weld it like. I didn't know about like stitch welding like the sheet metal together. I just went to weld it as if I was like welding plate together. Sorry about the camera angle, I'm going way off again. I better stop waffling, I've got very little time, I've got to get to work. Right, there's going to have to be a part 2 on this. I've got to get to work, but for now, that's filled in. I'll have to give it a little skim and a sand down. I've covered all the bare bits of bodywork that I've like put down. I've covered it in like rust protective primer stuff for now. I filled that bit in, that's drying, and I've got this setting so I can create the edge for there. It's going to look beautiful. The cliffhanger will be worth it. Can you see my eye injury there? Or before I put the glasses on of the grinder and the boot. Always wear protection, people. Look forward to finishing off this beautiful channel in the boot ways next week. We'll get that sorted. I've got to get myself to work now. Comment below on jobs you want to see done to the Viva. You never know, you might remind us of something that I need to do. There's plenty of little jobs to tick off the list. And there's a little bit of money in the pot from the little bit of revenue that I do make from YouTube. So, shall I get another project while I'm here? We're saving up. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.
behind your frozen eyes. Skies ahead and laughter make me feel just one more thing than I. And even though that I despise the thing you're after, realize you're something more than I.